Welcome everybody to the Back 4 Blood wish list. These are my top 10 things I want to see in Back 4 Blood when it's released. These are the top 10 gameplay features. Starting at number 10, we got character customization. In Left 4 Dead, we didn't have any character customization. And if you don't know, Back 4 Blood is a spiritual successor, supposedly, to Left 4 Dead. So what they want to do is also evolve Left 4 Dead. We know Left 4 Dead 3 was trying to evolve with open world and stuff like that, but Back 4 Blood is going to be the first one to release, I think, and really try to evolve from Left 4 Dead 2. So what do I think they can do to evolve? I think we need to start out with character customization. We had a cast of characters there in Left 4 Dead 2, which was cool. I liked that. Okay, it was like playing a movie with your favorite characters, okay, but I would like a little bit of customization. At least let me, change their appearance or something like that. At least let me create my own character so I can feel like I'm really part of the story visually, okay? I would like that. Maybe, some cosmetic things we can switch, maybe some facial features, and maybe I can really put myself in the movie, okay? I would like that. So I don't have to play as some of these other dudes out here, okay? I want to put my face in there because I think I got a face made for the movies, okay? And I think I got a face made for video games at least, alright? I would like that, man. Let us get some character customization going. Let us change our outfit at least, okay? If we're going to have a set cast of characters, at least let me change their clothing. I like that you put in the Depeche Mode t-shirt and stuff like that. That's a great band and everything. But let me, maybe throw on another band. Maybe, let me throw on a Def Leppard or something like that, okay? I would appreciate that. Stuff like that. Let us kind of switch it up a little bit if we want to, other than just switching from character to character. Now, at number 9, I want survival mode to return. We had survival mode in Left 4 Dead 2. In the Left 4 Dead 2 latest update, The Last Stand, they were adding survival mode maps like crazy. They added like 26 new survival mode maps. That is for a reason, okay? It's because survival mode is a great game mode. A lot of people, sometimes they like to stick to the single player because they don't have no friends, nothing like that, and they don't explore the other modes. But there's a survival mode. That's where you kind of hunker down and you really try to set up an area of defense against the zombies, okay? I would love to see that return with some little tweaks. I'll get to that later in the countdown, but survival mode needs to return. Of all the different modes we had in Left 4 Dead, I think survival mode is the greatest aside from the traditional single player where you're running through the map and stuff like that. We need a little bit of variation to switch things up from just running from point A to point B, smashing zombies and shooting zombies in the face, okay? We need a little bit of variety out there, and with survival mode, you'll get that, okay? I mean, we don't know where they're going with Back 4 Blood, but I think really survival mode needs to be looked at a little bit closer, and some more attention needs to be paid to survival mode in the zombie chaos we have here in a Left 4 Dead Successor. So now at number 8, I want to see mod support, okay? Left 4 Dead 2 on the PC had official mod support. Yeah, you can mod your Xbox, this and that. It's not even really supposed to be done. You might get sent in jail and locked up for all I know. Really, it's officially supported on PC only, okay? And I want to see that come to consoles a lot like Fallout 4 is officially supported for mods on PS4 and Xbox One, okay? More console games need to get into the mod game, if you ask me. So I think Left 4 Dead, kind of started to get into it with PC players, but now Back 4 Blood should bring it to consoles. Just another way to outdo Left 4 Dead, okay? They've been leaving us in the dust on the console side. If you really want to bring in some more fans and outdo Left 4 Dead, focus on your console players, man. That's going to do it. There's petitions being made for this latest update to come to console. They're not even bringing the latest update to console. They can't do that. It's time you focus on the console players players with these new systems coming out. There's a lot of hype around console, and it ain't dying anytime soon. So focus on your console players. Bring mod support to the consoles. That's not a PC only thing. When you think of mods, I know you think of PC. Just look at Fallout 4 and how they did it over there at Bethesda, okay? At number 7, we have weapon customization. There's a little bit of weapon customization with pickups that you get in Left 4 Dead 2, but I really want to be able to get in there and really customize the thing how I want it and pick it up while I'm in battle, whether it's a safe house or something like that where you find your customized weapon. I want to be able to really customize this thing to a T and really make it how I want it with different sights and different scopes and grips and everything like that to change the accuracy and the recoil and even the appearance of the gun. I want to do it all, okay? We need more customization and creativity in a Left 4 Dead Successor. We need that in Back 4 Blood. More creativity within the game. We want to see our own little creations popping up in the game other than these mods that, you know, some of these PC modders are doing. We need to let the console folks get creative and at least customize their weapons, alright? There's definitely some weapons that I prefer. It's cool to kind of have some weapons around the map too that you pick up just willy-nilly style, like, oh dang, I'm out of bullets, oh I better grab this like chainsaw right here and start tearing up some zombies, okay? I like that too, some kind of things that are just placed around that maybe you wouldn't think of picking up before and using to whack a few zombies, like a shovel or a pitchfork or something like that. But we need to balance that out with some things we've thought about in our favorite methods of tearing up zombies. So let us customize that and really use different types of weapons and attachments to our advantage, okay? At number 6, I want to see next gen graphics. They said Back 4 Blood was going to release on PS4, Xbox, PC, and all that, but I think it's going to be pushed back to the next gen, so we got to see next gen graphics, okay? If you're still trying to float off the old last gen, you're going to last for a little while, but see, Left 4 Dead really set the bar high for graphics. It is still, I think, a little ahead of its time in some of the graphical areas that it's excelling in. So I think you really need to push forward on the graphics to be able to have the same longevity that Left 4 Dead 2 has. Really make sure your graphics are up to par. Really get in there and focus on what these consoles can do these days and really make the most out of the tools you be given with the next gen hardware and really make these graphics stand out and withstand the test of time like Left 4 Dead 2. Graphics aren't everything, no, that's true, but I mean, that's a big part of it. There's a lot you can do within the graphical department to really make this game pop and get people to want to jump into it, and then you can grab them and hold them like a goddamn zombie does on your face, okay, with the gameplay. Reel them in with the graphics and clamp onto them with the gameplay and then infect them like a zombie would do to really hold on to them and make this last for years and years to where people are still talking about it, okay, over 10 years later, like the Left 4 Dead series. The graphics got to be there, the gameplay's got to be there, and everything else, okay? It's well-rounded. You got to have that as well. So at number 5, we have the Holy Trinity. This is something that I like to call the Holy Trinity. This means you got single-player modes, you got co-op modes, and PvP modes. That's 3 different modes that all work together to make a well-rounded game and really brings in all sorts of different players, okay? You got some people that like to stick to single player. They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't want to deal with nobody, nothing like that. You got your co-op players who want to just talk to their friends and stuff like that. You got the PvP players that want to talk to everybody and shoot everybody and drop everybody and just see how bad they really are in the PvP arena, okay? But you got to have all 3 of those things like Left 4 Dead 2 had with all their different game modes to really make it feel well-rounded and bring all types of different players into your arena. So that's what I call the Holy Trinity there. With single player, you got, you know, maybe you're running from point A to point B missions and stuff like that, and your stories and everything like that you might want to write up. And then with co-op, that can fall right into either single player type stories or PvP, okay? And then then with PvP, of course, you know what that is, players are versus players, and some kind of maybe some players are zombies, some players are humans, and they're going at each other in one way or another, and that will create the holy trinity, and things will be just perfect out there in Back 4 Blood. Now at number 4, we have environmental destruction. Now I made a whole video about environmental destruction in Back 4 Blood if you want to check it out, but what I was getting at was there was a game that was scrapped by the developers of Back 4 Blood called Invaders. It was going to be an alien shooter, much like Left 4 Dead, but with aliens, okay? And a lot of the aliens were going to be big and destroying buildings and stuff like that. So they were working on this technology to have destructible environments, and I think that would work well in a zombie world as well, okay? Zombies are going to be tearing up stuff. We're going to be shooting. We're going to be throwing off grenades to fight these zombies. I want to see these buildings being torn apart, okay? I want to see stuff ripped up. I want to see the town getting torn apart by this zombie outbreak, and I want to see destruction out here, okay? I know in Left 4 Dead we had some doors being able to be shot through and stuff like that, and a couple things being knocked over, but I want whole buildings to be busted out, okay? I want to bust through a wall to get at some zombies, and I want a whole horde of zombies busting through stuff, really tearing up the environment, okay? I think that would be sweet, man. I mean, we've had that in other games like Red Faction and stuff like that. Why can't we have that in next gen for some zombie AI? We need to do that. All right, so that leads me to number 3. Zombie AI needs to be advanced. Advanced zombie AI is a must when we're talking a Left 4 Dead 2 successor. They really set the bar there with the Source Engine zombies, all right, from the Half-Life and all that, okay? Then that's what spawned the zombies in Left 4 Dead, and it was a whole big swarm and chaos and everything like that. And I mean, you gotta have that in Back 4 Blood, because we got games like Days Gone where there's a whole swarm of zombies, and games like World War Z and stuff like that. You gotta have these amazing zombie AIs that really know how to swarm together and really almost overwhelm the player and get them scared, okay? If we got a bunch of dumb little zombies like just kind of moping around like a big old dummy, that ain't gonna work. We gotta have some smart AI zombies. I know zombies aren't smart, but you know what I'm getting at, like a swarm of zombies, okay? Something that's gonna almost overwhelm you if you don't use teamwork like you did in Left 4 Dead to defeat this big old swarm of zombies, okay? Advanced zombie AI. If this zombie invasion ain't nothing to be scared of or nothing to be overwhelmed by, what are we doing out here? What are we even fighting for? So you gotta make sure they're advanced. Look to World War Z, look to, of course, Left 4 Dead and Days Gone and stuff like that. Those zombies are something of a different breed. I see you guys working on mocap. I know you're taking a lot of hints from the old Left 4 Deads. It seems like you're jumping around like a bunch of hunters out there. So I think they're focusing in on what they had going in Left 4 Dead. So if you make the zombies like Left 4 Dead, but even more advanced, because a lot of times they just try to run around you and get behind you and start swatting at you. But if you make them a little bit more realistic to what a zombie horde would do, then I think you'd have something better than Left 4 Dead, okay? Don't just copy and paste out there. Advanced zombie AI is what we need to do. Now at number 2, we have base building. Okay, a lot of people, they're gonna shriek and say, base building, what is this goddamn DayZ? No, it ain't DayZ, because I just told you we don't need some dumb zombies, some clunky goddamn zombies out there swatting at us. No, we need advanced zombie AI. So with base building, we need some advanced base building too, okay? Think of the survival mode, but instead of just setting up a couple gas cans, a couple explosive barrels, think of, you know, putting up barricades and really hunkering down and maybe creating a little base of operations, maybe a little shack or something that you can really set up in with your team to fend off this horde of zombies that's coming in at you, instead of just being hunkered down in a predetermined area, okay, with a couple of different explosives. Now you can really trick it out and really set up a strategic kind of area to take on the zombie horde, okay? Now that would be be cool as heck, I think, and maybe, you know, work that into different missions and stuff like that, and really make this base building something that, you know, I mean, you can either have it be something permanent or you can have it be something that's not so permanent, and you got to rebuild every mission or every round of a survival type mode that you start, okay? Or maybe you can do some building beforehand, save it, and then import it into the next round. I mean, a lot of this is going to be up to the ability of the developers, but in one way or another, give us some building ability to really be able to fend off these zombies in a strategic way that we want to around these different levels and stuff like that, okay? I think that would be cool. It doesn't have to be persistent. Maybe, like I said, build it up every level. It gets torn down by the zombies, and the next round you got to build it back up again, but you got a set amount of time to do so, or it can be saved for the next time. You know, I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys. I don't know what your ability is over there to rock with Warner Brothers and stuff like that. I mean, it would be cool if we could really have persistent builds, and maybe you can vote on your different teammates' builds and which one is better, which one's preferred by your team to use for this next invasion of zombies and this next, you know, wave of zombies or whatever. So yeah, I mean, you know, there's some room to explore that, but I really think base building goes hand in hand with zombie hordes. I mean, look at the goddamn movie, The Night of the Living Dead. What did they do? They're boarding up windows, they're building stuff, they're trying to barricade, they're doing all kinds of stuff, finding a house. Oh, this is a good house to post up in, let's build it up. And I think with Back 4 Blood, man, this screenshot right here, you got tires, and you got some kind of barbed wire looking things that it looks like people are building up. Don't just skip over that. Let us take part in that defense from this zombie horde. Left 4 Dead doesn't have that. They overlooked that. Okay, so now this is something that you can use to set yourself apart, go above and beyond from Left 4 Dead. Okay, let's evolve like you said you want to do and really get this into the game. Now, at number 1, we have open world. I know this is going to rub some people the wrong way because Left 4 Dead was an open world. I know that. Okay, but Back 4 Blood ain't Left 4 Dead, and Back 4 Blood needs to evolve and improve upon the Left 4 Dead formula. Yes, it can be done. I know Left 4 Dead was near perfect, okay? I can still play that game, and it's almost 11 years old, okay? I know it's good, but it can always be better, and I think open world will make it better because in an open world, I've tried explaining before, you can have every kind of gameplay feature you had in Left 4 Dead in an open world environment. You can have the same type of missions running from point A to point B, plus the survival modes, plus the scavenge modes. Now just imagine in an open world, you could really connect all those together in one fluid game, where all the game modes aren't separated by a menu. No, they're separated by just a map, where maybe you walk to one type of game mode instead of going to the menu like in Left 4 Dead. You'll walk to it, and on the way you might encounter some other zombies and stuff like that, going from, say, a survival mode to a single player mode mission, okay? You got some things going on in between, and that makes it more fluid. It connects it all together, and I got the vision out here for that, guys. I know you think you just want the same thing over and over again, but it's never going to live up to what your nostalgic brain is picturing was, you know, as good as it can get. It can get better, okay? I'm telling you guys, more fluid with the open world, connect all those game modes together. You got something really special on your hands if you can do that. Now, if you can't do that, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you, but Left 4 Dead 2 is almost 11 years old now. So if you can't take that game and everything that worked with that and connect it together in a more fluid open world game with some other extra stuff, I mean, you had 11 years to be working on this. I know you're working on Evolve and stuff like that, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a break. But if you're really going at Left 4 Dead, this is the way to do it. This is what I want to see in Back 4 Blood. I think you guys can do it. These are just my top 10. I'm sure you guys got other ideas as well. Let me know in the comments below. But these are my top 10. I could go on and on, but I know you guys, you know, you can't put everything in here, and I can't spend all day here talking about what you need to do to make your game a success and leap forward from Left 4 Dead. This is what I got here. Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, comment, all that, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this has been Rusty Pfluger. Rusty Pfluger, over and out.